please briefly describe your job to me?
Yeah, okay, so I oversee housekeepers, the laundry. I also oversee housemen who clean everything that you see when you first walk into the hotel, and then I also go in and check the hotel rooms before a guest checks in.
So what would an average day look like in your job?
It really depends on the day. The girls can be here for 8 hours to 4 hours. The reason it's so depending is because on busy weekends like college weekends we're like packed. All 74 rooms are normally packed. Normally Mondays are pretty slow. Thanksgiving break, for example, will be like very dead because we're very college based.
Oh, how long would you say it takes to clean an individual room?
To clean an individual room, the girls have 30 minutes to clean a room when it's being checked out, and then they have 15 minutes to clean when they're just refreshing the room. So if you're staying for 2 or 3 days, they just have 15 minutes. For long-term, we have like long-term guests. One of our long-term was about a month and a half. For the first 3 days, we just did refreshers, and then on the 4th day, we did basically a checkout. So we changed their sheets, vacuumed, and then you just keep repeating that pattern until they leave.
Thank you.
What's the hardest part about being a housekeeper?
The hardest part is it's very time consuming. You have a lot of teams come in and stay with us, and they end up trashing the place, and then you have to go in and clean everything up in your 15-minute refreshers, 30-minute just full cleanups. You have to very time crunch, and it's not hard, it's just super stressful.
Okay, and what do you think the most important skill to being a housekeeper is?
I'd have to say time management. You have to be able to get all of your rooms clean and fast so everyone can come and check in and get everybody in and out.
How do you interact with other departments in the hotel?
I would say our main interaction through the hotel is through the front desk, because they're in charge of knowing when guests check in and check out, and that's really important for us. Because here at the Fairfield Inn, we actually don't have guests check out through the desk, so we have to go to them to know whether or not they're still in their room, if it's ready to be cleaned, or if they're actually still sleeping in there.
If you could give advice to any housekeepers, what would it be?
I would say that you need to make sure not to multitask, and you need to finish one thing before you move on to the other. Part of being a housekeeper doesn't necessarily mean being physically fit, but it is a bit of an advantage. I would also say that you have to make sure everything is done before you leave the room. Papers on the table, everything looks spotless. It's really important to the consumer and the customer to have a very clean room. That is our job.
How much guest interaction do you get?
So at True North, there's a rule called 15-5. So that is from 15 feet away, you smile at the guests, just acknowledge them, don't really do too much. And then from 5 feet away, you say, hey, how are you doing? Can I get anything for you? Most of our guest interaction is from when guests come up to the cart and ask for, like, can I get shampoo or a towel? That's where most of our interaction comes from. And also indirectly from TripAdvisor. A lot of people will rate us on there, and Fairfield has a lot of very good housekeeping ratings.
Hi, are you enjoying your stay at Fairfield today?
Yes, I am, thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Have a great day.
You too.
I have some fun facts for you guys. The first one is when there's a do not disturb sign on the door, that the housekeepers actually can't clean the room until 12 o'clock. Usually you think they can't just come then, but it's actually they can't come until 12 o'clock. And the next fun fact is the reward system. This is for the housekeepers. They have a week where they get rewards for their good work. One example is they can all go out and see a movie or get free food, and it's just something to like give back to them for all their hard work. And then some interview tips are that you actually really don't need any previous housekeeping work. It's more And then some interview tips at the Fairfield is that you actually really don't need previous housekeeping work, because they're looking for someone with a clean slate who will be able to learn the ways of housekeeping better. And it's good to have good communication skills and listening skills so you can learn the job better.